Hello, everybody.
Hello. Where's everybody tonight?
Hello.
Hey.
The meeting will please come to order. Hello, everyone. Today is Thursday, July the 1st. My name is Trippy Congo, President of City Council. And on behalf of all of us at Council, we want to thank you for joining us this evening. Just as a friendly reminder for anyone who would like to make any public comment, there is a Google form sign-up link in the chat. Public comment will take place after all non-legislative business. At this time, we will have opening prayer by Akira Granado.
Heavenly Father, we have assembled to handle the affairs of our city. As we do so, we ask for your guidance and understanding. We pray that our city reaches a place of peace and safety. Keep us out of harm's way and bless those who are in authority. Let respect be key in all our endeavors. Amen.
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 At this time, we will recite a Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to
Pledge
the
allegiance to the flag
flag
of the United States,
United States of America,
Republic,
to the republic for which it stands, one nation,
God,
under
God,
God,
indivisible,
indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Clerk will please call the roll.
Councilwoman Gray. Councilwoman Gray. Councilwoman Darby.
Present.
Councilwoman Oliver.
Present.
Councilwoman Harley.
Present.
Councilwoman Fields. Councilwoman McCoy.
Here,
Councilman Johnson.
here.
Councilman Field.
Present.
Councilwoman Cabrera.
present,
Councilwoman Dixon.
Present.
Councilman Spadola.
Present.
Councilwoman Walsh.
Here.
Councilwoman Gray. And President Congo.
Here, I would also like to note that Councilwoman Brigida Fields did ask to be excused this evening.
11 present, 2 absent.
Thank you. This time I have the reading of the minutes of the previous meeting.
June 17th, 2021. City Council met in virtual regular session on the above date at 6:30 p.m. President Ernest M. Congo II presiding. The opening prayer was done by Akira Granado, Deputy City Clerk. The
I
pledge.
move the minutes be accepted as written.
Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded that the minutes be accepted as written. On the question, all in favor signify by saying aye.
aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Committee reports.
President and members of Council of the City of Wilmington, June 21st, 2021. Ladies and gentlemen, we, your Public Works and Transportation Committee, by virtual meeting to who was referred Ordinance 21-036, entitled An Ordinance to Authorize and Approve a Volume Licensing Agreement between the City of Wilmington and Microsoft Corporation for Microsoft Computer Software, have given this ordinance careful study and recommend council vote on it accordingly. Respectfully submitted, members of the Public Works and Transportation Committee. Members present, Councilmember Oliver, Councilwoman Walsh, members present, Councilwoman Oliver, Councilwoman Gray, Councilman Field, Councilwoman Fields, Councilman Spadola, President Congo. Absent with leave, Councilwoman Walsh.
I move this committee report be received, recorded, and filed.
Second,
It's been properly moved and seconded that the committee report be received, recorded, and filed. On the question, all in favor signify by saying aye.
aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. This time we'll have our city treasurer's report.
July 1st, 2021. Total investments, $490,131,248.45. Total cash on hand, $13,011,466.72. Grand total, $503,142,715.17, submitted by Dwayne Sims, City Treasurer.
I move the treasurer's report be received, recorded, and filed.
Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded that the treasurer's report be received, recorded, and filed. On the question, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried.
Earl.
I'd like to make sure that we recognize Councilwoman Gray.
So noted.
Thank you. This time, I want to accept the motion to accept all non-legislative business.
So moved.
Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded to accept all non-legislative business. On the question, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Do any council members have any presentations this evening? Councilwoman Darby, I believe you have a presentation.
Yes, I do. I have a non-legislative resolution. This is in dedication to Intersections of Pride Foundation. I'm going to read the resolution. Whereas Wilmington City Council wishes to recognize the purpose and founders of the Intersection of Pride Foundation for their advocacy and service to help support and uplift specific intersections of marginalized communities in Wilmington. And whereas Intersection of Pride Foundation, founded in 2020 by Deshauna Neal, is a nonprofit organization that works to provide support, research, resources, and education, while also raising awareness of the intersections of marginalized communities, including Black and Indigenous people of color, LGBTQ+, homelessness, and those affected by gun violence. The Intersections of Pride Foundation collaborates with other grassroots organizations to bridge gaps and is determined to create a society of dignity and respect for the most marginalized in Delaware. And whereas Trinity Neal in 2016 was the first transgender teen in Delaware whose puberty blockers were paid for by Medicaid. Trinity was classified as a male at birth, but the internal sense of being female led her to declare at age 3 that she was a girl. Deshauna Neal, Trinity's mother and a lifelong Wilmington resident, has been fighting for Trinity and her other children. Deshauna's 2 daughters are both young transgender women on the autism spectrum. Her older son is a musician with vision issues, and her younger son is gender fluid. Through Deshauna's advocacy, they battled the Delaware healthcare system, eventually making Trinity the first trans to receive Medicaid coverage for herself. Can everyone please mute? I hear like static in the background. Through Deshauna's advocacy, they battled the Delaware healthcare system, eventually making Trinity the first transgender youth to receive Medicaid coverage for herself and all transgender and non-binary people under 18. And whereas through this journey, Deshauna and Trinity began to greatly impact the fight for human rights through their advocacy and public speaking, and now authors. Their children's picture book, My Rainbow, is the story of a dedicated mom who puts love into action as she creates the perfect rainbow color wig for her transgender daughter. And it's based on their life experience. Through the Intersections of Pride Foundation, Deshauna also created the first LGBTQ Youth Pride Festival and Drag Queen Story Hour. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the Council of the City of Wilmington that this council is pleased to commend Deshauna Neal, Trinity, and the Intersections of Pride for the outstanding commitment and dedicated service they provide to Wilmington, Delaware, and the entire world. So I just want to say I'm going to have Deshauna here. I think Trinity is going to speak today too, but she has been doing amazing work in the community. I met her probably over a year, probably pre-pandemic. So it's been over a year now, and she was just doing amazing work. I was doing work around being a mother too, and I just was very attracted to her advocacy that she was doing in the community, specifically for LGBTQ youth, which is so key and crucial in our city of Wilmington. And something that I think that gets really overlooked. So I want to introduce Donna and so that they can speak.
Wow. Thank you, Council Member Darby. This is big. Yeah, it was over a year ago, and you truly inspired me watching you run, and just seeing someone who came from the same pretty much background that I did, and raising our babies on our own and just doing the work that needs to be done continues to inspire me. Trinity, being my oldest, is honestly the whole reason my advocacy started. And not only am I working with LGBTQ youth, but their families too, particularly in the Black communities. We can be Black and we can be LGBTQ, and they're not mutually exclusive. And our children thrive when they are just, embraced by love and support and affirmation. What do you think, Trent?
Yes, it's really true.
She's just really happy. What do you want to say? Anything?
I don't know what to say. I'm speechless. Actually, pretty. This is just super cool, honestly.
Yes. She's, this is pretty amazing for us. We didn't do it for the accolades. We just did it because being born and raised here in Delaware, the first state, we should be the first in everything amazing. And I will continue to work with my nonprofit. Trinity, what about you?
Yeah, I'm also going to be helping my mom as well, her nonprofit. It's been pretty good. We have a bunch of supporters, and it'll be very nice for other people to join us.
Yeah. Trinity actually is in charge of our community cleanup program with Intersections of Pride. And we go through the communities that are often overlooked, and we help clean them up so that they know that someone's thinking of them. So that was Trinity's baby. And it's amazing. And we just need to keep counting on our youth because they're the ones really guiding us and teaching us. So just thank you again so much.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
No, I don't know if we can open it up. I don't know if President Congo, if you want to open it up for any comments from council member, but Trinity, you are such a brave little girl. Thank you for everything that you guys are doing, because you're making your life public for everyone as you go through this process. So we can open it up on President Congo.
Okay, thank you. Councilwoman Cabrera.
Yes, I just want to say I'm so proud of you, and it's not easy, and you're a trendsetter. You're leading for other children, other people, and you're an example. And I know that you're feeling shy and you didn't want to say a whole lot today, but by your actions, we're hearing what you're doing, and your actions will speak for you. So I just want to say how proud I am of you for being an example to others, to keep up the good work, and anything that we can do to support you. It's not easy when you're one of the first, but go forth and there will be more because of you. So just want to say thank you, and Mom, great job in raising a wonderful human being. That's it.
Yes, Trini, I also want to just thank you for everything that you have done for the city and for being you. I know that you are kind of, amazed at this presentation that Councilwoman Darby is, brought you here to be a part of. But I think that we're the ones who are in amazement just because of your courage and your family's courage. So just keep doing what you're doing. And as was already noted, just let us know if we can help with the nonprofit in any way. I'm not sure if you want to leave your contact information in the chat or anywhere if you want to say it, just in case people do want to be a part and help out. But that's also an option. But that's something you can let us know if you want to leave your contact information with us.
Yeah, we can do that. Absolutely.
All right, Councilwoman McCoy.
Thank you, Mr. President. I just would like to say to Ms. Neal, Trinity, thank you so much for coming out, making certain that we have understanding, and that to Councilwoman Darby for making certain that we hear the story. I've actually heard about it early on when you were fighting, and I just want to say kudos to you, Ms. DeShawna, because you, if anything, has showed us parents how to advocate for our children. So thank you for your perseverance. And I'm so glad to see Trinity smiling right now because she looks like she's in a good place. So thank you so much for coming on.
All right, Councilwoman Darby, I believe it's back to you now.
Yes. Well, thank you again, DeShawna and Trinity, for coming today. I am happy to present this on the behalf of council to recognize the advocacy work and the bravery that you guys have shown for Wilmington and for our state. So thank you for dropping your link. Please support. A lot of times, Black-led LGBTQ organizations don't get the same attraction or spotlight as other LGBT groups. So we need to support DeShawna and her efforts in making sure that we're supporting by being present financially, and then any other way that you can think of to support Prides of Intersection, because there's not any other like Black-led or LGBT groups focused on Black LGBTQ people, which is very special and unique. Thank you, guys.
All right, thank you, Councilwoman Darby. And also, just for anyone who may not have access to our chat to see their contact information, their website is www.intersectionsofpride.org. Again, that's www.intersectionsofpride.org. Councilwoman Harley, do you have any presentations?
No, Council President, that was a recognition for a special event at a church.
Okay, all right, thank you. Do any other council members have any presentations? If not, we can move to public comment.
So moved.
And we do have one person who has signed up for a public comment. And for anyone else who is interested, please remember that there is a Google link in the chat to sign up. And please remember that you do have a 3-minute time cap. And please direct all comments to me. And once you are around 30 seconds from the 3 minutes, I will give you a friendly reminder. All right, this time I believe, get the name one more time. Dale Thomas. Dale Thomas, are you still with us?
I'm here.
District 7? Okay, all right, thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Council President. Thank you very much. Good evening, everybody. My name is Dale Thomas. I'm from District 7. So thank you, President Congo and councilors who are present. My apologies for not being present for a while for public comment. I'd like to talk about the following 2 items. Agenda item number 0083, changing the permissible hours of operations for certain retailers. I don't believe it's a good idea. The past year and a half has been tough on retailers we shouldn't make it more difficult on them by reducing hours of business. Reduced hours means less profits for them, less paychecks for workers, and less convenience for our city residents. And if I can be frank, it also means less tax dollars to help city council out. So just food for thought. Please consider keeping the hours longer by voting against this. With agenda item number 0079, to authorize and approve a volume licensing agreement between the City of Wilmington and Microsoft Computer Software. This will cost all people living in Wilmington $258,352.37 per year, for a grand total of $775,057.11. That's a lot of money. The city instead can use the free and very robust LibreOffice, which is legal, publicly available, compatible with Microsoft products, and will save literally hundreds of thousands of dollars if put into use. LibreOffice takes donations, so the city could still make a $1,000 donation per year to LibreOffice and save 99.87% of the funds for something much more needed. You can learn more at www.libreoffice.org. Again, that's www.libreoffice.org. Thank you all for your time and the work that you do. I look forward to be able to meet with all of you again in person for these city council meetings, hopefully soon. Thanks again. Have a good evening.
Thank you, Dale, for joining us and staying engaged with city business. We really appreciate you. We're also looking forward to being back in council chambers. I believe that Dale is the only person who signed up for public comment. So at this time, we are going to make sure we're going to go to legislative business. Councilmember Gray.
None this evening, Mr. President. Did you mark me as present? I was having difficulties with my computer.
Yes, we did.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Councilmember Darby.
No legislation tonight.
Thank you. Councilmember Oliver.
Yes, Mr. President, I have an ordinance to present and call for the first and second reading.
Ordinance number 21-037, agenda number 0082. An ordinance to amend chapter 34 of the city code regarding bed bug extermination and treatment.
First reading of the ordinance.
An ordinance to amend chapter 34 of the city code regarding bed bug extermination and treatment.
Second reading of the ordinance.
Mr. President, I move this be known for the first and second reading of the ordinance, and I refer it to the Health and Age and Disability Committee.
Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded that be known as the first and second reading of the ordinance and referred to the Health, Aging, and Disabilities Committee.
Mr. President, I have an ordinance to present and call for the first and the second reading.
Ordinance number 21-038, agenda number 0083, an ordinance to amend chapter 5 of the Wilmington City Code to change the permissible hours of operations for certain retailers.
First reading of the ordinance.
An ordinance to amend chapter 5 of the Wilmington City Code to change the permissible hours of operations for certain retailers.
Second reading of the ordinance.
Thank you, Mr. President. I let it to be known as I move this that it be known for the first and second reading, the ordinance referred to Community Development Urban Planning Committee. Thank you.
Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded that be known as the first and second reading of the ordinance and referred to the Community Development and Urban Planning Committee.
Yes, Mr. President, I have a final ordinance to be presented and call for the third and final reading.
Ordinance number 21-036, agenda number 0079, an ordinance to authorize and approve a volume licensing agreement between the City of Wilmington and Microsoft Corporation for Microsoft Computer Software.
President, I move this be known in the enacting clause of the ordinance and call for a yea/nay vote.
Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded that be known as the enacting clause of the ordinance and called for a yea/nay vote on the question.
Yes, Mr. President, this ordinance is being presented by the administration to execute the volume licensing agreement with Microsoft Corporation to purchase Microsoft computers, software license for the City of Wilmington desktop and laptop computers for a period of 3 years with possible of one extension of 3 years, therefore.
Thank you. I just want to remind everyone to please mute your phones. Councilwoman Gray, did you have your hand up?
Yes, I did. Thank you. Well, based on the information we got in public comment, I think that we really should table this until we can look into it, because that was really a lot of money for the city to save. And that was something I definitely was not aware of, and I don't think that I should vote just based on what the gentleman said, but I think it's something that we should look into. So
Yeah.
I would hope that the sponsor would want to look into this because of the savings that it could potentially make for the city. Thank you.
May I comment, Mr. President?
Yes. Yes,
Yeah,
Councilwoman.
Thank you. This was discussed in the committee meetings, and all this information was brought up. So, I mean, if somebody didn't catch it in the committee meeting, I'm not going to hold it. I'm just going to call for the vote.
Thank you. I don't see any other hands raised.
Mr. President.
Councilwoman McCoy.
Okay, thank you, Mr. President. My only question, because I did not get a chance to actually look at the committee meeting, was what don't we already have Microsoft software on our computers, and whether or not this is basically just renewing the license? That's my question.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes, your answer, to answer to that, Councilwoman's is yes.
Okay, thank you.
Sure, thank you.
Councilwoman Gray, this is your second time speaking.
Yes, thank you. It seems that certain councilmen was always referring to committee. Well, we can't cover everything in committee, and sometimes things aren't brought up in committee. So since it was brought up at the council meeting, I was just pursuing it. But referring back to the committee meetings all the time doesn't work, because sometimes the agendas are so restricted, we can't discuss other things. And then sometimes we don't have all the information. There's no way I would have known about this LibreOffice.org. So that was the reason I brought it up, since public comment. And that's one of the advantages of public comment. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Councilwoman Gray. And seeing no other hands raised, we'll go back to Councilwoman Oliver, the sponsor, for a final comment.
Yes, thank you, Mr. President. No, as Councilwoman McCoy said, this is just as administrative follow-up. And I think it's important that that's what committee meetings are for. And if I miss it, I go back and watch it. So I mean, some things aren't redundant, or sometimes I pick up the phone before I come to a council meeting, because this is the night all hands are on deck. So that's what the committee meetings are for. So I apologize if you didn't see it, but that's why you can go back and watch it, or either call, you could call that department if you have a question. But when you get on the floor, it's like you're in court. This is all hands on deck. And with that being said, I'd like to call for a roll call. Thank you.
Clerk, please call for the roll.
Councilwoman Gray,
No,
Councilwoman Darby,
Yes.
Councilwoman Oliver,
Yes.
Councilwoman Harley,
Yes.
Councilwoman McCoy,
Yes.
Councilman Johnson,
Yes.
Councilman Field,
Yes.
Councilwoman Cabrera,
Yes.
Councilwoman Dixon,
Yes.
Councilman Spadola,
Yes.
Councilwoman Walsh,
Yes.
President Congo.
Yes.
11 yeas, 1 nay, and 1 absent.
Declared adopted.
Mr. President, may I be excused?
Yes, you may.
Thank you. Appreciate you. Have a good night.
Councilmember Harley,
No legislation tonight, Mr. President.
Councilmember McCoy,
Councilmember McCoy, you're on mute.
Thank you, Councilman Dixon. Mr. President, I have an ordinance to present and call for the first and second reading.
Ordinance 21-039, Agenda Item 0084. An ordinance to amend Chapter 45 of the City Code to limit the city's ability to file monitions to collect unpaid water facilities and usage charges.
first reading of the ordinance.
An ordinance to amend Chapter 45 of the City Code to limit the city's ability to file monitions to collect unpaid water facilities and usage charges.
Second reading of the ordinance.
Mr. President, I move that this be known as the first and second reading of the ordinance and refer to the Finance and Development Committee.
Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded that be known as the first and second reading of the ordinance and referred to the Finance and Economic Development Committee.
That is all that I have.
Legislation, Councilman. Okay, all right, thank you. Councilmember Johnson.
I have no legislation tonight, Council President. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember Field.
No legislation tonight, Mr. President.
Thank you. Councilmember Carrera.
Nothing to present this evening. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you. Councilmember Dixon.
Nothing this evening, Mr. President.
Thank you. Councilmember Spadola.
Nothing tonight, thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember Walsh.
No legislation, thank you.
Thank you. At this time, we'll move to petitions and communication, starting with Councilwoman Gray.
Thank you, Mr. President. I just want to say that the mayor came into the first district last Friday, and it was very positive, and he made a lot of promises. And I just want everyone in the city to realize that he's made a commitment to help the city move ahead. And I'm putting a plug in for Haynes Park, which I've been asking for. So everyone in the first district, please support me to get Haynes Park rehabilitated and brought up to the standard that we wanted. But it was a very positive meeting, and I thank the mayor. I think most of it is on the front page of the paper today. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember Darby.
I have nothing for tonight, President.
Thank you. Councilmember Harley.
Yes, Mr. President, I just wanted to announce that we are bringing back the fireworks for July 4th. So Sunday, I believe, is July 4th. And so I just wanted to announce that there were a number of people asking if the city was going to be doing the fireworks this July 4th. There also was a communication that went out from the mayor's office as well. And I believe that the fireworks are going to go off at 9:05. We're also encouraging everyone that comes down to the riverfront or wherever they may be. They're asking that they practice social distancing. They're asking, but you know, when big groups come together, you can't always control it, but that's what's in the communication. That's all that I have. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember McCoy.
Thank you, Mr. President. I just wanted to state, make certain that people are aware that the city office is actually not closed tomorrow. The city will be observing July 4th on Monday, which is July 5th. So that means that sanitation would be pushed back one day. So those on the west side of 95, you'll be getting your trash collected on Wednesday rather than Tuesday. That's all that I have. Happy 4th.
Thank you. Councilmember Johnson.
Yes, would like to, of course, wish everyone a happy 4th of July. And starting yesterday, actually, they will now have a brand new farmers market on Union Street on the 900 block. So please come out next week, as it'll be going on the rest of the month of July and through the summer. So please come out, support small businesses as always, And come and get some fresh groceries as we get out and about. We definitely need good food for the soul. So please come out. It's from 3 to 6 on Wednesdays on Union Street. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember Field.
Nothing tonight, Mr. President.
Thank you, Councilmember Carrera.
Yes, Mr. President, I just want to wish everyone also a happy 4th of July. Be safe if traveling on the road. Also take care with the heat, because we are in the midst of a heat wave. And speaking of the heat, please check in on any elderly or differently abled neighbors that you might have. Call around, make sure you check up on family, friends, and even strangers. Make sure that they have groceries, plenty of fluids, fans, make sure that the fans work. And we are doing a fan giveaway with the Constituent Services Office. You just have to show your ID, which will show your age and that you live in the city. If you haven't received a fan within 1 year, you do qualify to get a fan if you need a fan. And just to remind people to continue with the vaccination efforts that are ongoing. There's a new variant, and just because it's summertime and people have their mask off, we're feeling a little comfortable. If you're not vaccinated, you should have your mask on, but let's not be selfish and think of our fellow human. So that's all for me today. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember Dixon.
Nothing tonight, Mr. President.
Thank you, Councilmember Spadola.
Nothing tonight. Just happy 4th to everybody.
Thank you, Councilmember Walsh.
I'd just like to wish everyone a happy 4th of July. And also to remind people, this is a big drinking day in our country. Lots of people have barbecues, outside parties, and even all of the government have sponsored events that they're handling. If you happen to be a gun owner, this is a perfect example, and you're going out in public of when you should leave your gun at home, because nothing can trigger somebody. Somebody can easily be triggered in a flat second and be tempted to use that weapon. So gun owners are always talking about they want to be good examples to our younger kids. So be that by leaving and locking away your gun for a day. That's all I have. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I just want to remind everyone that on this coming Tuesday, July the 6th at 6 o'clock, I'm going to have a virtual town hall discussion around the American Rescue Plan Act funds, and just want to get a lot of feedback and just have a conversation on with the community and with council, how we all feel of how the money should be invested in our city. We all know that ultimately it is the mayor's decision, but he has agreed to be extremely transparent, and he wants to also engage with council and the public. If you want to watch that meeting, the virtual town hall, you can watch it in any format the same format that you're watching it right now. You can watch it on channel 22 WITN. You can go to their Facebook page or their YouTube channel. Again, it's going to be on this Tuesday, July 6th at 6 o'clock. So please make sure that you are part of that. And we just want to make sure that we are including the community in how we're going to spend probably this one-time allotment of millions of dollars that we need to invest in our city. We all know that we are experiencing a tremendous amount of violence. So I'm praying and hoping that a lot of those monies will go to sustainable programs and efforts to help curb the violence with our Black and Hispanic young men and women. But again, that conversation is going to take place on Tuesday, July the 6th at 6 p.m. And we are going to have another meeting next Thursday at the same time. We're going back-to-back meetings because after that, council will go on our summer break until August the 19th. So there will not be any council meetings nor any committee meetings unless a chair calls a special meeting. But again, we just want to encourage you to join us next Thursday and to stay engaged. Our phones will still be open, but we're going to be on summer break until August 19th after next Thursday's meeting. I want to thank all who have participated in this evening's meeting, Thank you for joining us. Thank you for those who gave public comment. Thanks to those who were recognized for all that you do for our city. If you ever want to be a part, or if you missed a part of this meeting, just call us at City Council at 576-2140. Again, our number is 576-2140. And with that, I will accept a motion to adjourn.
Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded to adjourn. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Good
Motion
weekend,
carried. We adjourn. Thank you, everyone.
Everyone.
Bye.
Yeah.